This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
We love making you a big part of
Absolutely.
our show, and in order for you to join us, you got to get through this guy. Sweet Baby James is joining us. He is our social media guru.
And how sweet it is that we're on over 219 stations across this country, the American Forces Network. And if you want to find out where we are in your neck of the woods, just go to our website, dailyflashshow.com, and click on where to watch. And of course, all of our shows, and we can have some fun. If you want to get to know me, email me at flash@dailyflashshow.com.
I can't believe I'm not there. I can't believe I don't get to hug my castmates, my beautiful cast in person. And just, I wanted to stand on that stage and thank every single person in this theater.
Oh, that was actor James Vanderbeek and his final appearance during a Dawson's Creek reunion event last September. Hard to believe he just looks like a shell of himself in that video, and that was from last September. James recently lost his battle with cancer and passed away at the age of 48.
Very, very young.
Yeah.
And a father of 6. It's just amazing. And, really, it says something about the healthcare and as well. It was a time where he was auctioning off stuff just to help raise money as well.
Yeah, a tabloid story actually forced James to announce his cancer diagnosis in November of 2024, really ahead of schedule. He would plan to share this information, but wasn't quite ready at that point. He, as Mitch mentioned, auctioned off personal memorabilia from Dawson's Creek and Varsity Blues to help pay for his treatment. He was saying that the residual money from his TV years was running out. He leaves behind his wife, Kimberly, of 16 years, and their 6 children. Wow. You might have heard about this. A GoFundMe was set up to help his family. The target amount started at $250,000, but has since raised more than $2.6 million. Celebrities also getting in on this donation. Ricky Lake, Kaylee Kuko, they've donated. Even actress Zoe Saldana added a $2,500 per month donation for the family. Most recently, Steven Spielberg donated $25,000. Wicked director John Chu donated $10,000. Vanderbeek, known, of course, for his lead role on Dawson's Creek, playing Dawson Leary on the hit WB show. His other movie credits include Varsity Blues and Rules of Attraction.
I want to go back and watch Varsity Blues too. By the way, there were tons of stars in that show as well.
But same with Rules of Attraction. That movie was star-studded too.
If we can pop up there the GoFundMe page there, because I think it says they were really trying to get for the family, because when you see how beautiful family he has there, taken care of. And as a father, you want to make sure that your family's taken care of afterwards. And I think people did that. You can scan this using your camera right now. You can also go to GoFundMe and look for, it's called Support for James Vanderbeek Family, which is kind of long, so we just put the QR code up there. Alrighty, $2.6 million have been raised for that as well. And, and he seemed like just a genuine guy, every character he had, but also you could see he had some fun, because I think Fox is wanting to give a little bit of tribute and bring notice to
they just aired a Real Full Monty tribute to him.
Which is a cancer special where you get to go out and strip. Hey, I can do it too, but but it was just and he did it while he was sick. So I know this whole thing, man. I'm trying not to cry.
I know
it is sad, man. Right?
Well, it's a personal thing with me, because recently I had 2 people who passed away of cancer. So I am all over this place right now. So just listening to the story and seeing the amount of people who have come out just to support him, and seeing their support before and after his passing is just amazing. So.
And to go back to his character too, he's just a great, to me, like he just always seemed like a good guy, no matter what. And to see him, the last time we saw him, you could see him
hard to
it's
watch.
really hard.
Yeah.
But you realize that he wanted to give his family everything, obviously. My understanding too, that he recently had got a ranch, right?
Yeah, so apparently the family has been living in Austin, Texas, and they've been renting this ranch. And he was able, through a group of friends who were willing to help him out financially, buy the property. So instead of renting it, now they're, it's a mortgage. And really, I think, as you mentioned, I think he was just trying to look out for his family and get them set up, knowing that he wouldn't be here much longer. And that was his way of just securing a property for them and a home for them to continue to live in. Because they've been in there, I think, 5 or 6 years they've been renting the property.
And he's, wasn't a Hollywood, didn't live in Hollywood. He moved his family out and realized
Texas,
just to be a dad and that sort of thing. And what a way to learn life on a ranch. That's right. But life lessons can be found there as well. Right?
All your food is your friends.
You're right.
That's the tough part of it. Yeah.
You've named your food. You're right. Good point on that. It is sad. Again, they're continuing to take this, even though that they've already reached their goal and beyond. Just keep in mind that there's 6 kids, and with all 3 of us when we were on Daily Buzz show that was on the CW network at the time, and before that WB network. Obviously, Dawson's Creek folks were always giving out. They opened up their set for us. I think we had a set visit.
I went to the set visit for the finale up in Wilmington, North Carolina, and it was beautiful. And everyone on that set was lovely. They were just very down to earth, easily talkable. I mean, Katie Holmes, Michelle Phillips, James Van Der Beek. I mean, we're talking about some pretty serious stars.
Those are celebrities who deserve to be celebrities.
I agree with that.
How open they are with people. Yeah. You have some celebrities.
They shouldn't have it.
Right.
But I think it's tough, when you get attached to a TV character, and I think of the guy from Friends that we lost, Matthew Perry. That really rocked a whole generation of people because they grew up watching that show. I think the same with James Van Der Beek in some degree, because he was such a pivotal character at a certain time in everyone's life.
Yep. And he did so much before he passed on that I think people will forever remember him. His legacy will be lasting forever. So.
Yeah, very good stuff. Again, GoFundMe.com. You can check that out. Support for the James Van Der Beek family, and God bless the family. Continuing to hope that they can move on and move forward as well. Let's talk about some other trending news stories around. A high-profile celebrity chef in Los Angeles. He says he's going to change up his menu to better serve clients who are dropping all those pounds thanks to GLPs. All right, his name's Chef Andrew Gruel. Would you eat something like a guy named Gruel?
Gruel.
Make you some gruel.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, he says he's cutting back on foods loaded with carbs. And he says that his customers have slowed down their alcohol consumption as well. The chef was a little freaked out when he saw plates of his signature hand-cut French fries coming back to the kitchen. So he's also revealed that the pound-dropping drug has actually changed the way he even stocks his bar. He says that he's decided to load up with lots of tequilas, but since that drink has no carbs.
Yes.
We talked, you see everybody kind of conforming to what society's doing, and it's losing weight. And it's good to see at least you have options. I think now, at one time, if you said you had a gluten allergy or you didn't want gluten or whatever, it was like a special thing. But now they have menus just for those that are gluten intolerant.
Yeah, I'm looking at people cheating.
Cheating?
Cheating on their diet?
Yeah, cheating. But you know what? It's great for him because he understands when to pivot. And,
there you go.
Especially in the restaurant business, we know it's tough.
Boy, is
really
it ever.
tough, so,
man.
Yeah, so he's pivoting right now. I am glad he said tequila. That's...
Here's the thing. It's not the alcohol. It's the mixers, people.
It's what you put,
it's what you put in it. I'm sorry, but the sweet and sour, the orange juice, all that stuff you add to make a margarita.
Oh, yeah, sounds good.
It ups the ante in the calorie department.
It makes a lot of, so maybe the purists that are going straight after the good tasting tequila, which when I was drinking tequila, it's like to kill you. But they say really good tequila is not supposed to do that. But I never.
It's like drinking water.
Yeah.
Drinking water.
But there are some people that can eat like a giant ribeye steak. I remember there was a lady in Los Angeles, and she would come in every day, and she would eat a giant ribeye steak and a black cup of coffee. And I mean, that woman lived to be 95 and smoked cigarettes like no tomorrow.
So it's kind of like, remember the people off YouTube, the bearded guy. It's the bearded guy that does all the food challenges.
But didn't he die?
No, he's still alive.
Oh,
It's a bearded guy. He's
okay.
out of the UK.
Okay.
Does all the bearded challenges. Doesn't look like he gains a pound.
Really?
Small guy and eats these massive amounts of food. I'm like, where's it going?
It's your metabolism.
Yeah,
It's what it comes
it
down
is.
to. My son, my youngest son, is that same way. He can eat and eat and eat, but he also works out a lot. I think that
makes
gets
a
his
difference.
motivation
Yeah.
metabolism going. Hey, we want you to check out our website. It is open for business, and there's
Brand
all kinds of
new.
new stuff
Isn't
all
it
over.
new and improved?
Indeed, it is. It has the sound off button that you can click. It's right there on the side of the page. You hit it and a little dialogue pops up. You can either record it on your computer or your cell phone as well, and it comes directly to us. There's also new Hollywood news and such.
We've got it all right there. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, James, our social media guru, will reach out to you if you reach out to him, and we will include you in the conversation. More to come here on Daily Flash.
How overachievers win. We're going to be discussing that. Also, are you clear to travel? We'll be having that information in Flash Travel.
And we're taking a sneak peek at the must-watch movie, The Drama. We're back.
All right, here's our Brain Flash question. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Let's see if you got today's Brain Flash question right. We'll give you the question again. What streaming service brought back Metallica's song Master of Puppets? It was back in the 80s. I think you already know, don't you? Stranger Things, of course. Metallica, I agree with that. Well, our next guest is tech leader Shikha Singh, and she has a new book out. It's titled Unburnable Ambition: How Overachievers Win Without Burning Out. She joins us now to share some wisdom from her book from Toronto, Canada. Shikha, welcome to Daily Flash. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely. All right, you have 4 tips that you want to let people know about that can lead very creative and productive lives. Before we jump into that, what gives you the knowledge to pass this on? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a podcast host. I've published 2 books, and I am a tech leader. And in doing that, I ended up burning myself out, and I did not even know that I was burning out. So I decided to do some research and publish the book.
All right. Everybody comes to this point, so this information is very important. We want to make sure that you have a very productive life without losing yourself. Your first tip, you say set goals that inspire without overwhelming. How does one put those together?
Start with smaller, achievable goals. For example, if you want to write a book, I would not begin by writing 10,000 words a day, but instead, I would start with writing at least 5 sentences or at least 1 page. So small, achievable goals would help you retrain your mind and your mindset the way you look at goals. And consistency. You want to set goals that you can perform or any actions towards those goals every day.
Yeah. It seems like little victories are what kind of keep us going. And when you have those smaller goals, if you have more victories, you're going to feel, well, more, I guess, creative and the fact that you're heading in the right direction. Besides, it seems like when you do that, let's say for writing a book, that makes for a good foundation and it gives you some time to expound on that. That's a great advice there. Your next tip is to build boundaries that actually protect creativity. So people could take away my creativity. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, yeah. You have a set of people that are going to drain you and some set of people that are actually going to recharge you. So this is going to be difficult for anyone who has never said no in their life. So you need to learn how to say no to protect your boundary so that you protect your energy, and that way you are ready and energized to spend time on all of your creative projects.
And is it okay, maybe negative situations, I imagine you could put in there. Of course, you would stay away from that. But I guess that same mindset needs to go around those people that are vampires or sucking all the energy out of you. You don't have to take them out of your life. It's just when you get into that creativity, are you saying just maybe compartmentalize yourself away from them?
Perfect. I have added tips after each chapter in the book. And this particular chapter, I provide templates that you can use with your friends and family, because we know they are the toughest to say no to, that you can tell them no in a very nice and kind way without sounding rude. Right. Or without sounding like you're always telling them no and that you don't have time for them.
All right, your next tip is to recognize those early burnout signs. And once you do, you got to pivot. What are some of those burnout signs?
Great question. Fatigue. Constant snapping at your partner, loss of appetite, and not finding joy in things that you love doing. So for example, I loved podcasting and I would have multiple guests, but at some point in time, I'm like, oh my God, okay, another interview. No, this is not happening. So once you figure out what those signs are, you need to start taking action. Don't just rub them off. My watch always used to give me signs. Okay, you're having a stressful day. You need to calm down. Or the other sign would be, your body battery is very low. You need to take rest. And I would just ignore them. But the thing is, you need to rewire your brain and your mindset to make sure that, okay, when you're seeing things like those, change them and do something about it.
Yeah, I like that. And just being cognizant and aware, it's being self-aware. Love that. Your final tip is to reconnect ambition, joy, rest, and authenticity. Okay, how do you do that without being, melancholy or thinking too much of the past and that sort of thing? Is that what you're saying, or just maybe making new goals? I don't want to speak for you, but what do you mean by that?
So the entire thing was for overachievers. If you're an overachiever, chances are you already have multiple projects lined up. You're already working on different things, and you want to give your 100% on everything that you're doing. So read the book and you'll find out how you can actually do everything that you want to do, but not burn yourself out. Establish boundaries, learn to say no, create systems that work for you, not against you, and take time to do nothing. These are just some of the tips where you can feed your ambition and also not get burnt out.
Burnout is, I would imagine, probably the biggest. And it's actually part of the process, I would imagine, as well, because you got to say, this is what I want to do. I got to power through this. And so you can look on the other side of that sort of thing. Is there, should you take on challenges, maybe that the hardest things first? Or do you just go back to what you said initially of like, get those small victories? Meaning, like, sometimes I want to get like the bigger project done out of the way, so then everything else is downhill. Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
Is it going to drain you or is it going to recharge you?
Okay.
If it's a difficult project and you want to tackle that first, but if it's draining you, then I would put that to the end of the day or to a time when, to the beginning of the day where you're like, okay, fine, I am 100%, I am not drained out, I have the rest of the day, I can spend time on this. But if it's going to recharge you, then why not? Just do it.
Very cool. I love that. Thank you. You made my day feel a bit better. I'm going to go after that. Thank you so much for joining us, Shikha. And of course, you can get a copy of her book. It's called Unburnable Ambition. You can go to shikhasingh.com. We'll have links on our website. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's Thursday. That means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In theaters is the historical docudrama Dead Man's Wire.
I'm a man that's fighting for everything that he owns, sir.
So what's your plan, Tony, huh? What's next? This is a dead man's wire.
If anybody yanks on me or yanks on that gun, he'll die.
Based on true events, on February 8, 1977, Tony Kritzis entered the office of Richard Hall, president of the Meridian Mortgage Company, and took him hostage, holding a sawed-off shotgun with a dead man's wire attached to his neck. I chatted with director Gus Van Sant.
I guess Tony obviously has turned a corner that maybe one shouldn't take, like losing your temper as much as he does to actually like kidnap somebody.
Dead Man's Wire is an intricately told story about reaching the end of the rope with financial roadblocks and the ice-cold decisions made by corporate banks. Van Sant uses both drama and well-placed comedic moments to move the story along. Again, Dead Man's Wire is playing in selected theaters and gets an A. It's rated R. Paramount Plus is returning to space with their new series, Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Caleb, I've been looking for you every single day for the last 15 years. Come with me to Starfleet Academy. The Federation will help you find your mother.
That thing is taking us to the school?
That is the school.
Set in the 32nd century, young cadets train to become Starfleet officers as they deal with friendships, rivalries, and even romance, all the while facing a mysterious threat to both the Academy and the Federation.
Well, she is half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar, so she's a hybrid of two very strong warrior species. But now she's part of the Federation and teaching young adults, so she can't kill them because she's not at war anymore. So she has to, sort of pipe down on the aggressive part of her personality, even though you don't really see her piping down that much.
Over the 7 years of Voyager, I was able to build him brick by brick into a human-like thing with hobbies and friendships and emotion even. So now, 800 years on, with all of that additional experience, how has he changed other than the physical change that the audience sees is really that I think they'll find later in the season that he goes deeper than he went before.
Star Trek Starfleet Academy offers up some great visual effects and action, but the series needs to find its heart and pace. If you're a Star Trek fan, I think you'll like the new series and will understand the direction it seems to be taking. For now, I'm giving the series a solid B. Again, it's streaming on Paramount Plus and is rated TV PG. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
All right, thank you there, Tony. It's time for us to jump into our daily digits. Here are some of the numbers you can find in the news today. Your first number is 5. That's how many of X's AI original 9 co-founders have left the company since it launched. Elon Musk addressed what critics are calling a mass departure at his artificial intelligence startup. Musk admits turnover is normal and the company is pushing hard toward rapid expansion. The billionaire tech founder says his AI mission is bigger than any individual team member. Listen, when more than half of your founding team members leave, that's either a bold evolution or the world's most intensive staff meeting. Am I right or wrong on that? Our next number up is 20. That's how many years it's been since a celebrity moment turned into a long-running inside joke for NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his wife, Amy. All right, back in the late 2000s, Amy said pop star Jessica Simpson once joked about a dream where she married Dale Jr. in a treehouse. Now, she mentioned it on their recent podcast and hasn't brought up a Jessica Simpson shoe or bag since because, well, she was convinced Simpson was trying to fish her man. When pop dreams meet pit stops, some stories, they stick around longer than a tire at Daytona. Am I right or wrong on that?
You're right.
And finally, with this one, I think we've all seen your final number, 41. That is the age of Formula One champ Lewis Hamilton. Now, he's now being linked to Kim Kardashian and reportedly making Kanye West feel, well, some type of way. Sources say Kanye feels weird seeing Kim spend time with someone he once called a friend. Insiders describe Kim's new relationship vibe as warm and mutual, while Kanye continues navigating his own marriage and co-parenting duties. So when your ex upgrades to a world champion, that's not jealousy, that's the check engine light. Right, am I right? From Yeezy to Easy, the glow up has horsepower. I think they saw each, I think this really kind of kept going because they were seen together at the Super Bowl with Kim Kardashian and her new man. And that would be kind of odd for anybody, one of your friends, or at least an acquaintance, dating your ex, right?
I think so, but it's Kim Kardashian. So, I mean, and you're talking about different celebrities and sports stars, and you've got this driver. I mean, what does he expect? Stay with us. More Daily Flash right after this.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
Yes, he is. I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do a darn thing here, let's check in with our stations across the nation. James Alexander, who is watching us and where?
I know, 219 stations across this great country, an American Forces Network. And we're in your neck of the woods, and how to find that out, just go to dailyflashshow.com and click on where to watch. So our local friends today are from Amarillo. I had to say that correctly because, you know, everybody says Amarillo. It's Amarillo, Texas, KBEX-TV. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
What
did
do we
you
know
know
about
that
Amarillo?
it was originally named Oneida, Texas?
Oh, okay.
It's the coldest city in Texas.
Really?
And it's the helium capital of the world.
Oh, they must have some good parties there. And some great conversations.
Helium, I would imagine. High-pitched noises.
Love that.
100%.
Awesome.
All right, cool stuff. Let's go all over the world. There is a really big sport that's going on right now in Australia, and it's called the National Running. We're going to show you some video of it, and it'll kind of blow your mind of what all exactly goes on. Basically, you have two guys. They're on the other side, about 30 yards from each other, and they just go straight on.
I love it.
On and into each other.
Yes.
This is a real sport, and you can see there are winners, and there are basically, people knocked out from this as well.
Yeah.
It debuted at the Horndon Pavilion in Sydney, Australia, about 5,000 feet, and they cannot keep people from coming to this. I mean, so many people are coming.
Yeah.
Different weight categories, obviously, is the biggest thing, and they do say that there's some protocols and rules as to limit the contact between the two. But basically, RNC is just a full-on collision sport. They stand on opposite sides and go at each other. Here's the thing, though. The shots that we're seeing here is what we worry about in the NFL on hits, right, James? I'm going to defer to you.
I'm going to tell you, I love this. It's rugby. That's all
it is rugby, right?
Yes.
They do have a rugby ball.
And yes, and that's the reason why they changed the way the kickoff is done, because of the hits to the head and how people were going as fast as they possibly can. But I'm gonna tell you, I love this. I want to see more of it.
You want to see more of it?
If I was young enough, I would participate as well.
Would you really?
Oh yeah, I would definitely have fun with that one.
What does the
I would come home.
It's running National Club. They call that running. Yeah.
National Club. I thought it was running or concussion. Run and concuss.
You get a little bit of that.
I want you to look at this one. I think it's the next one. Watch the smoke come out of the guy's head.
That's sweat. That's sweat.
Sweat.
Yeah. That's what you want to see.
This worries me. Like our director Keegan was saying, it reminds me of Damar Hamlin, or it reminded him of Damar Hamlin in that whole scene on the football field.
Damar's a little bit different because that was a heart attack. All right, so that's a little bit different. This is rugby.
Yeah.
All it takes is just them tilting their head the wrong position.
That's
what I worry about.
It's the same thing in a lot of sports. Football the same way. That's why we train every player to keep your head up and make sure that you're not putting your head down when you get hit on the crown of the head. That would impact your spine. So you got to keep your head up. I mean, look, in football, it's a 30-mile-per-hour collision. Every play, once a fullback or running back runs into a linebacker, if they meet at the line of scrimmage, 30-mile-per-hour collision.
It's on the lines. Have you seen the face slapping competition?
Oh yeah,
that's
great.
No,
why anybody would want it is a sport, and it is what you think it is.
Is it a sport?
Yeah.
It's an actual sport.
I used to watch it when it used to be in clubs. They used to have a ring in the club, and the girls would go at it, slap, then they would go at it in a fight. Yeah, it's amazing. You see how many views those things get? It's crazy.
And it's open hand slaps all
That's
together.
it.
This Australian sport. Australians are known to be a lot of Polynesian people as well as the Kiwis.
Prisoners. That's how
They're big guys, but
hey,
that is tough, right?
That's fun. That looks like fun, man.
All right. Flash Travel's coming up. Are you clear to fly? Is your ID going to get you into the new country? We'll be talking about that.
We also want to take a sneak peek at the must-watch movie of the week, The Drama. It's all about today's talk, tomorrow's trends. We've got it right here on Daily Flash.
Stick around. Our website always open for you at dailyflashshow.com. Air, land, and sea. I'm Mitch English, and this is Flash Travel. All right, quick reality check for anyone flying anytime soon, because this one is one of those airport rules that quietly flip, and now it's catching travelers off guard at the worst possible moment. As of February 1st, 2026, TSA has officially enforced Real ID requirements at airport security. And yes, this applies to domestic flights too, even short hops, even weekend trips. And yes, even the easy ones you thought you didn't need to stress about, okay? Here's what this means in real life. If you show up at the checkpoint without a real ID and without another acceptable form of identification like a passport, your travel day doesn't automatically end, but it does get a little bit longer, more expensive, and more stressful. TSA now routes those travelers into identity verification process called Confirm ID, and that process is going to cost you $45. And it also comes with extra screening and some extra steps. So remember, this is not the fast lane. This is the line where people stop making eye contact and start refreshing the airline app. Now, before panic fully gets in, let's slow this down for a second. Most travelers are actually fine. If your driver's license has a star in the top corner, hey, you're good. If you're carrying a passport, you're good. If not, well, that's where the trouble starts. And here's the part TSA has been very clear about. The Confirm ID process is not guaranteed to be quick. In some cases, it could add 30 minutes or more to your security screening time. 30 minutes at the airport is not nothing. That's the difference between boarding calmly and watching your plane push back while you hold a coffee you don't even want anymore. So here's your flash travel survival plan, and it's pretty simple. Before you leave the house, just check your wallet. Before you cut it close, build in some buffer time. At the absolute minimum, just know it's probably going to take about an extra half hour for you to go through that security if you don't have the proper ID. And before you assume TSA will figure it out for you, remember TSA's job is security, not saving your vacation. It's also going to eat into your travel budget because you got to pay that $45. So make sure you can cover it and don't count on cash actually being an option. After all, nothing says welcome to travel season like paying extra money to hurry up and wait. For more information about Real ID, you can head to the TSA's website, tsa.gov. Okay, now that you've actually gotten past security, there's another travel nightmare waiting on the other side of the airport, and this one hits hard. Flights being delayed, or worse, canceled altogether. Airlines cancel and delay thousands of flights every year, and most travelers have no idea what they're actually entitled to when it happens. So, if it happens to you, the first thing you need to know is to make sure that you understand that airlines are required to rebook you, but how generous they are depends on what problem happened. If the delay is caused by the airline, like mechanical issues or crew problems, well, many airlines will rebook you for free, and sometimes they'll offer meal vouchers or even hotel stays. But if the delay is weather-related or air traffic control-related, that's where things get tricky because compensation is not guaranteed. Translation, same chaos, fewer freebies. All right, travel experts also point out that something travelers kind of forget in the moment. You don't always have to accept that first option you're given, so keep that in mind. If your flight is canceled, ask about rebooking on a partner airline. Ask about alternative airports. Ask about flying later that day or even the next morning as well. And here's the move that separates the pros from the panickers. Use the airline app while you're standing in line. Often you can rebook yourself faster on the phone than waiting at the counter. And one more thing matters is refunds. If your flight is canceled and you choose not to travel, airlines are required to refund your ticket, even non-refundable ones. That includes taxes and fees. You don't have to accept credit if you don't want it. So the flash travel takeaway today is this: have your ID right, have your app open, and know your options. Stay calm and ask the right questions. Hey, did we miss anything? Don't worry, we would love to share your ideas and so much more on our website. You can check us out by commenting on our Facebook page. Just go to Flash Travel TV on Facebook, leave your comment, and we would love to share it with America. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. February is American Heart Month, and a new survey out uncovers just how much Americans know about their heart health. Here with more is Dr. Mark J. Russo. Doctor, first off, let's talk about heart valve failure. Who is most at risk for this?
So there's three categories of risk for patients. First is just aging. As patients get older, they're at higher risk. The other group is the typical cardiac risk factors. People with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. And the third thing is if they have a family history. Those are all things that put people at higher risk for heart valve disease.
All right, so we might possibly have some of those risks, but what are some of the most common warning signs that people might have some issues?
Yeah, so people initially might feel some fatigue, shortness of breath, which worsens with exertion. Ultimately, as the disease becomes more advanced, they may feel chest pain. They can even pass out. And if the disease goes untreated, then you can die from this problem. One of the problems, though, is that many patients don't have symptoms, or they have more mild symptoms that they explain away, which means that they present with more advanced disease, which can need more urgent treatment or be more life-threatening.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to get some treatment. Let's talk about some of the options. What is available for treatment?
So this is a mechanical problem. It needs a mechanical solution. The way to fix the problem is to fix the valve either by repairing it or replacing it. Traditional cardiac surgery is a great option for some patients, but more recently, we've developed catheter-based options where we just make a puncture in the blood vessel on the leg. We can use wires and catheters to get to the heart, and we can repair or replace the valve. The most common procedure that is heart valve procedure that's catheter-based is it's called TAVR. It's used to fix a disease called aortic stenosis. It takes less than an hour. About 90% of people go home the following day, and most patients say that they feel better right away.
All right.
And that procedure has been performed about 3 million times worldwide.
Wow. Okay. Well, folks need more information on this. Where do they need to go?
There's a great website called screenheartvalvedisease.com. It'll give you some information on heart valve disease and give you a screening tool that you can use to screen yourself. You print it up, you bring it to your physician, and you start the conversation about heart valve disease so you can get screened.
Sounds great, Dr. Russo. Thank you for joining us. We'll make sure we post this information on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
A new documentary spotlighting the breakthrough Lunar Voyage 1 missions now streaming. Joining us now with more to Drive Me to the Moon is Fabiana Neves. She's the Vice President of Castrol Americas. Tell us first, share the details on Drive Me to the Moon documentary and what can viewers expect to see in this?
Oh, wow. Viewers can definitely expect a behind-the-scenes documentary that really showcase what it takes to be in the South Pole of Lunar. And starting with the technology behind, the people behind, the collaboration behind, everything that it takes on a mission to be in the moon.
This is fascinating. And it's so great that we are now headed back to the moon. But how does this latest lunar voyage actually affect future space exploration?
Great question. It definitely supports the mission of looking into a sustainable way of human presence in the moon. So we are really keen to making sure that we get to this goal. So it definitely, this mission helps, is a step towards that goal of making sure there is sustainable way for human presence in the moon.
You know, a sustainable, big, important thing there. So I appreciate you saying that. Share previous, can you actually share some previous contributions that Castrol has actually made to this space industry?
Yeah, of course. Castrol has been partnering with the space industry for over 7 decades, starting with the Apollo missions and NASA, supporting all the Mars rovers, Opportunity, Curiosity, Perseverance, and now partnering with Lunar Outpost on the Lunar Voyage mission. So our technology, our lubricants have provided everything that is needed in terms of lubrication and supporting these machines to perform their well. So in these missions, there's no room for failure. So Castrol has been supporting all of them over 7 decades to be successful missions.
And Fabiana, the most important question, where can our viewers actually see Drive Me to the Moon?
Oh, it's live already, so you can go to YouTube or simply visit our website, castrol.com/Drive Me to the Moon.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is really fascinating stuff. And we're going to have this link as well as the interview on our website at dailyflashshow.com/FMI.
And now, here are a few steps you can take to help save a life without being a medical professional.
CPR is not just for medical professionals.
In a cardiac emergency, friends, family, or anyone nearby with the confidence and skills to step in are often the real first responders. You don't have to give rescue breaths. Chest compressions are what matters the most. The benefits of CPR always outweigh the risk of injury. First, call 911 and then push hard and fast in the center of the chest.
You can learn CPR or find a class at heart.org/nation.
Well, you know, busy schedules can actually make healthy eating feel kind of overwhelming. It doesn't have to be that way. Here's more.
Heart health is influenced by many factors, but experts say diet is one of the most controllable. During American Heart Month, there is renewed focus on everyday food choices. Registered dietitian Dawn Jackson Blattner has more.
Many people think that heart-healthy eating means overhauling everything. But what works is starting small, like having a few key ingredients on hand to make quick and healthy meals.
So what kinds of ingredients make heart-healthy eating more doable day by day?
One of my favorites is sweet potatoes. I call them the orange superfood because they're packed with fiber, potassium, and vitamin A, and they're incredibly versatile. You can blend them into a smoothie for breakfast or roast them and top with fajita-style chicken, peppers, and onions for an easy, balanced meal.
More than 65% of the nation's sweet potatoes are grown in North Carolina, making them widely available year-round in grocery stores across the country. More information is available at ncsweetpotatoes.com. That's ncsweetpotatoes.com.
Okay, check this out. The Backstreet Boys made headlines with their hilarious Super Bowl commercial, and now they have their sights set on the next halftime show. AJ McLean pitched the idea of the band headlining the 2027 Super Bowl halftime show. The NFL tried to make it happen once before with the guys way back in 2001, but they declined, opting to sing the national anthem instead. Super Bowl 61 will end on Valentine's Day. The SoFi Stadium event in Los Angeles will likely affect the decision of who will headline the halftime show. I feel like they fall into that Hollywood bubble.
I think you're right. I think, who do you go after? I mean, you're the NFL. You want people just to tune in to see. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And really, if you think about it, they approve it, but isn't Apple or whoever presents it the one that picks the point?
Sponsor, yeah. We're not done yet. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch English along with Andrea Jackson.
A happily engaged couple get put to the test when an unexpected revelation sends their wedding week off of the rails. This is today's must-watch movie, The Drama.
Ready and turn. Nice.
The wedding is this Saturday. What stories are you gonna do?
What do you mean, my speech?
Yeah. Are you gonna use the first time we met?
Yes.
Okay, what about the first date?
Yeah, of course. You don't have to do a speech.
So you're saying Charlie is your first
love? Yeah.
First love or your first crush?
Both, I think. What, is that insane?
At 30?
So I want to say this thing about her laugh. You know how it's very cute, but it's also kind of
Repulsive even. All right, so before we got married, we did this thing where we said the worst thing we've ever done.
Okay. I'll tell mine if we all do it. Promise?
What did you do?
This dog.
Beer bottles and porn.
You left him there overnight.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing I've ever done?
Okay,
Are you serious?
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna order an Uber.
Emma, what the
Am I sensing some nerves? Remember, you know each other really well.
You have to stop thinking about it.
Can't just say stop thinking.
So you are thinking about it.
I am thinking about it now.
How can you even trust her?
You're being incredibly hypocritical.
I never said he was mentally disabled.
Yes, you did. You said he was slow. You said he was slow. Emma, true love is complicated. Sorry, I'm just trying to do your stupid joke thing. It's about acceptance, radical acceptance.
Why are you acting like you've never done anything bad? What's that?
I don't know. Just, that's some drama. It's very funny.
All right, looks like a romantic comedy, even though the name is The Drama. All right. Thanks so much for spending time with us today.
For more information on any of today's stories, be sure to visit dailyflashshow.com.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, y'all.